Welcome back to another video, and in today's video I will be talking about Anderson Silva versus Jake Paul, my predictions and why they are my predictions. Before I get into the video though, make sure to subscribe. We just hit 300 subscribers. Once again, I know I say this like every video now, but thank you guys so much. We're going for 400, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button for more videos like this. Now, a lot of people degrade Anderson Silva because he is 47 years old. Now, I get your point of view, but it's just not, you're degrading him too much for his age. His age has something to do with it because his chin probably will not be as strong as it used to be, and he might be a little slower than he used to be, but that is the only two things that are bringing him down in this fight. He has some advantages over Jake Paul, like he fought Julio Chavez Jr. That is a former world champion, and he was only 35, 36 years old when he boxed Anderson Silva, who was about 8 to 10 years older than him at the time. And Silva dominated that fight and he won. I think a lot of people underestimate Silva. He has some head movement. He knows, he really analyzes his boxing opponent across from him, and he understands boxing very well. And I think that's what's going to make this a good fight. A lot of people are underestimating Anderson Silva's boxing IQ. I think he's had about 4 or 5 professional boxing matches at this point. Of course, Tito Ortiz, he wasn't really a worthy opponent. But we can say Chavez Jr. was really supposed to be a test for Silva, and he almost made it look like it wasn't much of a test. So now let's get into Jake Paul. I mean, some of his opponents weren't too good. I mean, we're talking about Nate Robinson, Ben Askren. These guys are not good in a boxing ring. They are not professional boxers. They're not even as good as amateur boxers. So that kind of degrades the whole thing a little bit, but those fights were a while ago. He had just fought in Tyron Woodley twice, and in the first bout, he looked like his technique was going out the later the rounds go, and that's where Anderson Silva can win this fight, is later in the rounds. If he wins the late rounds, he can win the fight by decision, in my opinion. But I was just impressed by Jake Paul's second fight versus Tyron Woodley and his combinations. He had a few combinations that were pretty slick. Obviously he has the overhand right, but I think Silva's gonna expect him to try to go for the overhand right, and he's gonna plan so he doesn't get hit with it, because obviously he'd get knocked out if he did. But I think Silva's gonna plan against that, and I think that's why Silva's not gonna get knocked out though. Unless he gets knocked out by another shot, but I do not think Silva's getting knocked out by the overhand right like every other Jake Paul opponent did. But my final predictions, with all this being said, really is that I think Jake Paul will win by decision. I do think it'll be maybe a split decision, to be honest with you, because I think you guys are really underestimating boxing IQ and how important that is in the boxing ring. Let me know your guys' predictions down below in the comment section. Subscribe for more predictions and videos like this. Peace.